Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. I was looking through the other videos I've done and realised I've never properly introduced myself, so I thought I'd do a little kind of mini Q&A video so that for those of you who want to, you can get to know me a little bit better. So hi, my name is Francesca, but most people call me Ches. I live in the UK and I am a tutor, so I trained as a primary school teacher and did a couple of years in the classroom, but realised I wasn't very good at it and I didn't particularly like all the politics and admin stuff that went with the actual teaching, which is the part I really liked. And so I was lucky enough to be able to get out of the classroom, and I've set up my own little tutoring business, which means I can do the bit I like rather than have to deal with 30 children all at once. I like being self-employed. I like the flexibility it gives me. A lot of my work doesn't start until sort of 3:30 in the afternoon, and so a lot of my work is afternoon and evening based, which means I get the days free. So quite often I like to go to the gym, I take my dog for a walk, sometimes I go out places, not very often. But yeah, I like the flexibility of having my days free and then starting work a little bit later. And I like the flexibility that it gives me to be able to travel. So the name of my YouTube channel, Ambitious, came because I wanted something like I didn't want my name for my YouTube channel, so I wanted to find something a little bit witty. And so because predominantly I want this to be a travel-based channel, and one of my favourite places to travel to is to a beach, so I thought I'd try and tie that in somehow. And I saw like something, it was like I am ambitious to get to the beach, so I sort of tried to blend them together and came up with Ambitious. So yeah, this YouTube channel is kind of a lot of travel content, so I love watching other people's travel vlogs, so I thought I'll start documenting my travels. So I've already got a video from my time in Australia, from Greece, America, Iceland and Bruges, and then hopefully there'll be many more to come. But also I like sort of informative videos as well, so I thought if I can make a video that, even if it just helps one person, then that's a good thing. So hopefully I'll be able to do some videos on like how I book my travels, different experiences from like group tours, solo travel, all that kind of thing. So I thought what I'd do is just find some quick questions that I can answer so that you get a feel for like the kind of travel I like to do. So I've got a this or that travel edition first of all. So the first question is city or nature. So I love cities. I like going to, I love going to London all the time, and each or different international cities. But I think give me a beach or a waterfall or a canyon to hike in, and then yeah, I think nature would win. Plane or road trip. So I've not actually really done a proper road trip where you hire a car and just go, although I'd like to do that. So I think a plane would win. I love plane flights. I think it's especially long haul, like the ultimate duvet day. You can just watch movies, and I love looking out the window and seeing like the landscape below. So yeah, plane. Hotel or Airbnb. I've done both, but I tend to stick to hotels. I don't know why. It's just ones that sort of I've gone to. Recently started staying in hostels. Might have a bit of a travel snob, and before I'd always been like hostels, but I was really pleasantly surprised. So to help budgeting in the future, I'd definitely look at staying in hostels again. I just prefer private rooms to dormitories. Relax or adventure. I'd love to say relax. I like nothing more than sitting on a beach doing nothing, but the whole point of travel is getting out and seeing places, so I think the adventure. group or alone? I've done both. I've done escorted tours, which I really like because it's all organised for you. You don't have to get yourself anywhere. You just have to be out of your hotel room and back on the bus in time each morning. But then I have also done breaks by myself, which I really like as well. I like being able to, do what I want when I want. So it depends on the kind of holiday or travel I'm doing. If I'm staying in one place, more than happy to do it alone. But if I'm moving around, probably a group tour. Although saying that, my trip to Australia, I organised by myself, or in that it wasn't with a company, and actually that was really easy to organise and get around. So yeah, it depends on the place and the kind of things that I want to see. Backpack or suitcase? I do like travelling with a backpack, like I feel cool, but ultimately I think a suitcase is easier. Shopping or exploring? I do love shopping, but there's a time and a place, so definitely exploring. Tourist spots or a museum? So I do like a museum, but I like exploring more than one place, so probably the tourist spots. And then finally, beach or mountains. So based on my YouTube channel name, I should probably say the beach, which I absolutely love, but there is something about like a mountain or forest, just the absolute seclusion and tranquility of it. So yeah, I think a beach would win just, but I do like a mountain. So yeah, that's those questions. And then I've just got some other ones to answer. So favourite spot in the world, not a country or a city, so like an actual spot. So I would say either watching the sunset over Uluru or over Ayers Rock was amazing. We had a little glass of Prosecco and yeah, watched the sunset, which was amazing to see the colours and on the rock change, because yeah, essentially it is a massive rock, but there is something very cool and majestic about it. Or I've got a favourite beach in Greece. So yeah, I love Greece. As you can see, I've got a big thing there. So yeah, I've got my favourite little resort in Greece. So yeah, probably just sat on the beach there, probably with a chocolate milkshake in hand. It's perfect. Favourite country and city? So favourite country would be Greece. I've been to so many different islands there and I absolutely love it. Favourite city, I think, would probably be Sydney. I was really surprised how much I liked Sydney. I was only there for 3 days and it's the one place or the one city that I felt I could really stay here like a whole month and still have things to do. So yeah, I really liked the atmosphere of the main city, the fact that the beach isn't too far away, and then a couple of hours drive or train trip you've got mountains and jungles. So yeah, really liked Sydney. What country did you travel to for the first time? So it was Greece. There's a recurring theme here. I was about 18 months old, so I don't actually remember it, but went with my mum and dad, my nan and some family friends, and apparently we went for 14 days and it rained for 10 out of those 14 days. I think we went quite early in the season. So yeah, that's the one trip I'm quite glad I don't remember. Favourite season to travel? Pick a favourite trip for each season. So I tend to go away in the autumn, but I've actually travelled different parts of the year. I don't particularly like going away in the height of summer, mainly because it's more expensive, which I think is wrong. When I was a teacher in the classroom, it was really annoying that, yeah, you paid pretty much twice as much to go in in holiday time, sorry, when that's the only time you can go. So yeah, I didn't particularly like that. So yeah, I do like travelling in autumn because yeah, you've had the summer and then sort of the weather's still pretty good September onwards. So yeah, if pick a favourite trip for each season. So summer, I'd have to go to Greece and just do like a beach trip. And then autumn, I'd probably do like a road trip, maybe through California, into Arizona. Yeah, I think that would be quite cool. Winter, I've only done it once, but I like going away in January. It was something I've always wanted to do because you've had the excitement of Christmas and then it's like, oh, January. So yeah, I would choose to go somewhere warm there. The one I did do, I went to the Maldives. So it was really nice to get a couple of days of sun before returning to the gloominess of winter. And then for spring, I'd do a city break somewhere. Like I've done New York in the spring, that was really nice. I'd like to do Italy maybe in the spring. So yeah, where it's not too hot, but the weather's nice and it's cool enough to walk around places. So yeah, I think that was all 4 seasons. Any places you don't want to visit? I had a layover in Dubai on my way to Australia, and that was enough. I didn't leave the airport, but yeah, that's just somewhere that doesn't really appeal to me. Places like the Far East or Southeast Asia, just because the language barrier is so different, but then that's something that I'd have to deal with and get over. But yeah, so I'd be interested in going to Thailand maybe, but places like China, Japan, I know Japan is meant to be lovely, but yeah, just the language barrier there scares me a little bit. Least favourite place. Might be a surprise, but I'm actually going to say Mykonos in Greece. It was an island that I'd never been to before, but the film Shirley Valentine was filmed there, and so kind of wanted to go and see where it was filmed. But it just, compared to other islands in Greece, it just feels so commercial and it's not very authentic. And so it was nice to have gone, but I definitely wouldn't go back. And yeah, it's definitely my least favourite place I've ever been. The other place is Las Vegas. I've been twice, but both times was just for a day. And I think I've seen the whole strip now, and yeah, I don't need to go back there. Worst travel experience. So I feel quite fortunate in that, touch wood, I've not had too many bad experiences. The worst one would have been, I was on a group tour with my cousin. We were going from LA to Vegas and we had a little pit stop off for lunch, and we were in a diner, and I was just looking through the menu and I looked up and someone who was clearly high on drugs had just leaned over or come over to our table and had his hands round my cousin's throat, which was rather unsettling for her. And yeah, it was very shocking and unexpected, and it was kind of like one of those things where I was like, what do I do? So yeah, it was not nice to A, watch, and B, for her to experience. So yeah, but I'd say that's the worst thing that's ever happened, which in the grand scheme of things isn't, I mean, it was bad, obviously, but it could have been a lot worse. And so, yeah, no, it wasn't nice, but I'm fortunate that that is the worst thing that's ever happened. Best travel experience. There's too many to choose from. So, like I said, watching the sunset over Ayers Rock, that was pretty amazing. Staying in an overwater bungalow in the Maldives, that was like a dream come true, and so like soaked up every second I could of that. Seeing the Grand Canyon at sunset and sunrise, that was really cool. And flying upper class with Virgin Atlantic, that was really cool. Sort of flying upper class was something I'd always wanted to do and managed to get a really good deal. And so yeah, it was lovely to be able to kind of have your own like lay flat seat. It was like turned into a proper bed, so yeah, that was lovely. all-time dream destination. So it would be the Maldives, which I feel so lucky to say that I've been to. However, I did go by myself, so it would be really cool to go back there with someone. Hopefully my partner, he would come with me. Other than that, I'd love to go to New Zealand, love to see other parts of Europe. I feel it's so close on the doorstep, but because Greece has always like been my focus, I feel like there's loads of places I'm missing out, and I'd love to do a safari, like go and see a lion or a giraffe in the wild. Travel traditions. So each time I go to a new place, I like to pick up a fridge magnet. I've got 2 boards downstairs, one for European travel and one for worldwide, and yeah, like filling them up and adding to it each time I go somewhere new. And I'm trying to arrange them in sort of geographical order, so like my California ones are a little bit higher than, say, my one for the Grand Canyon. So yeah, trying to sort of arrange them in like a geographical order, if that makes sense. I'll try and pop up a little clip of them so you can see. So yeah, every time I go away somewhere, I like to get a magnet. And then finally, favourite souvenirs. So quite often I pick up like a t-shirt or a jumper from somewhere, pick up like maybe a mug, but my 2 favourite souvenirs are really tacky, so I'll just go and get them. So yeah, this is my first one, my little Statue of Liberty crown, which obviously I got from New York. So yeah, I don't sit around wearing this all day, but it sits in the corner and I get to look at it all the time. So yeah, I like this one. And then my other one is this like cup, which when I went to LA by myself, I booked myself onto a celebrity tour, which I thought was one of those ones that drives around the homes of the celebrities, but it was actually a celebrity spotting tour, which was very shallow. And we saw someone from, was it the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which I've never seen, and so I had no idea who they were, but they seemed very nice. They came on the bus and said hello to people, but the bus throughout the tour was running a competition to win these, and I won the game where we had to decide from a photo whether it was a celebrity or a homeless person. So from my days of reading Heat magazine, it was a celebrity in there, out and about in their pajamas, so I recognised the photo. So yeah, I won that, which was, yeah, a bit shallow, but it was a fun way to kill a few hours. So yeah, that's I think I'll leave the video here. That's just sort of a general overview of me, what the channel's going to be about, and just some quick questions for anyone who's interested. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!